Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I'm going to be talking about bookish pet peeves, meaning things in books that annoy me. I'm going to try to keep this list as brief as possible, but I have a lot of pet peeves. So, number one thing that annoys me, especially in YA books, is insta love. What I don't like is when two characters just like see each other across the room and then all of a sudden they're in love. You know, most YA is love, but sometimes you overlook it and you're like, it's fine, I still ship them. But then sometimes you're just like, this is annoying. You just like her because she's pretty, or you just like him because he has abs. And so that leads me to my next bookish pet peeve, which is unhealthy relationships. Unhealthy relationships in books, whether it be YA or adult, really bother me because a lot of us, young people as well as adults, model what we believe about love off of what we read in books. And so if we're reading about couples who are codependent or obsessed with one another, we will therefore think that's the kind of love we should want. I really hate the saying where people are like, you complete me, because nobody should complete you. You need to be happy with who you are before you can be happy in a relationship. My next pet peeve is when the author constantly describes the character's eyes. I don't know how many books I've read where if the main male character has blue eyes, every other page you're reading about his icy blue eyes, his deep blue eyes that the character wants to take a swim in. I'm all for describing the character and, you know, having some flowery language that maybe describes the piercing eyes, but after that, I don't need to hear about it every other page. I don't need to know how dreamy his eyes are. That kind of even piggybacks off my next pet peeve, which is when all the characters are too attractive. Because it's just not realistic. We need diversity in books. Not everybody is a supermodel. Not every guy, you know, models for Abercrombie. Not every girl is a Victoria's Secret angel. And so I just need to be reading books where that's not the case, because we already have enough to compare ourselves to, whether it be from magazines or TV shows or just pop culture in general. We don't need to be comparing ourselves to fictional book characters that we are imagining in our own minds. My next pet peeve, I think a lot of people have said this before, but I really hate seeing characters' faces on books. And when I'm reading a book where maybe you see the character's face, or if I just think the cover is ugly in general, I do this, where I tape a piece of paper over their face, because this is the kind of thing that will annoy me to the point where I don't want to read the book because I just hate looking at it. And my next pet peeve is kind of weird. I'm gonna have to explain it a little bit for people to understand, but I really don't like when authors describe what the characters are wearing. And I mean this more for contemporary books or books that just take place in our society, not futuristic, dystopian, or historical setting, but present day, kind of what we would be wearing sort of deal. When I read these descriptions of outfits, they're often dated because maybe the book I'm reading is from 2010 or something. The stuff I wore in 2010 is not in fashion anymore. So I have an example of this just to show you guys what I'm talking about. She's wearing some kind of strappy pink top and a short khaki skirt. So I'm sorry, but khaki skirts haven't been in for a long time. It makes me feel like we're in an early 2000s teen rom-com. I know this is just a really weird pet peeve, but I just don't like picturing characters in bad outfits. Second to last pet peeve is when characters lie because they're insecure. I'm talking about situations when two characters need to tell each other something, but because they're insecure or think the other character won't agree or doesn't feel the same way, they choose to lie about how they feel rather than tell the truth. I feel like so much drama could be avoided in books if characters would just say what they were thinking. And then lastly, another pet peeve that I have is when authors are always telling and not showing. I don't like to just be outright told how the characters feel or outright told what's happening. I like things to be described to me. I like a bit of flowery language, some metaphors. An author who I think does a really great job of this is Tahara Mafi. Again, don't know if I said that right. When I read Shatter Me, I was really impressed with the different metaphors and the way she described things, because even if the action or the plot wasn't that complex, her writing just really took it to another level. So yeah, that was my list of pet peeves for books. So thanks for watching. Can you stop knocking? That's very rude.